I didn't see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 in this Small Boat Navy versus Sharpshooters event here, best of three. Interestingly enough, we have a carrier on carrier action here as the Sharpshooters, Team Green, are bringing in a Shokaku, Alabama, a Baltimore, a Mines, and a Amalfi, a Lightning, and an Akizuki. Interesting choice on the Lightning. This is the first time we've seen this today.
I was just thinking that. I
Yeah.
understand. We'll talk about why you might choose a Lightning versus a Cossack later. The thing with carriers is that usually, that with the planes going up, you get a lot of early action.
Hmm.
All right. Well, from the South spawn, we're looking at Small Boat Navy. They are bringing Momofo shows back in his Lexington, fronted by a Tirpitz of all things, Prinz Eugen, Amalfi, and Atago. No radar on this team. Cossack and Le Terrible. Now, Zaf. Small Boat Navy trying a tactic that we've seen other very experienced teams attempt. They're going to try and shove a French destroyer right up the middle into the A-cap on Sleeping Giant and dare the opposing team to stop it.
Mind you, while it's being detected by carriers, you already see that that summoned fighter just sitting there patrolling, and I mean, yeah. The question is, who's going to have a shot on Le Terrible? The Amalfi and the Bama, maybe the Mines, and the Akizuki.
They're going to catch a glimpse of him as he makes the turn in. The Mines and the Akizuki both all ready for him. They do land some more damage, but nothing horribly catastrophic. The Amalfi salvo largely falls short, and Aragorn is now into the cap.
So it worked. It paid off.
For now
he just has to survive.
Now he has to survive, because now, admittedly, now that he's in there, digging him out is a challenge, right? But however, one of the things that we've seen, we've seen King of the Sea teams at Tier 10 attempt this strategy, but there's no carriers in King of the Sea. So you could almost bet that Aragorn is going to be just under constant, irritating aerial assault all game, and we'll see how he handles that.
Well, there's also the Baltimore that's heading towards the exit, possibly to try to... Actually, look at both the Akizuki and Baltimore are heading towards the exits. They're going to trap him in here, and they're going to do what they can to get him out right away. Even the Shokaku is bringing his planes over to keep the Terrible spotted for his team.
Yep. They're going to try. We're going to see the Akizuki definitely making for that entrance here along the 5 line. Looks like the Tarib expects this. He's dumping his torpedoes in that direction. And here come Momo's HE bombs for this Akizuki, Zaf. Yeah, he's going to smoke up. He does not want to deal with those.
Yep. The only problem is he smoked, he stopped, and he's not maneuvering, so it's going to be relatively easy for those bombs to drop. And yep, they actually find him with a couple of hits.
Still gets a couple of hits in despite the lack of being able to see what he's dropping on.
Right, and that forces the DCP on Sea Jotun as the Shokaku's AP bombers are trying to do damage to the Le Terrible, but it's just overpen.
And they can overpen him, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, very quickly here, 3.5 minutes in, SBN has taken a very aggressive stance, getting onto A and C, starting to build that lead here.
Yep. Here comes movement from Sea Jotun's Akizuki. He's not gonna come up. Detected by those planes.
They can see each other now on the surface. It's gonna be a Tarib versus Akizuki gunfight here.
Yeah, but Terrible has support. Akizuki does not.
Yeah. Tarib getting the upper hand here, big time with his reload booster going, really hammering Sea Jotun down to 1100 HP.
Big mistake there by Jotun coming out there, but look at these torpedoes.
Well, this could be bad. Aragorn's got to maneuver carefully. Oh, he just swings his stern through.
And bombers on the Akizuki.
And there he goes.
Done.
Oh. Momo has been putting on an absolute clinic, and yet Sharpshooters answers right away with a kill on Flatulence Prinz Eugen.
Yes, we missed that, but we're going to see that, I'm sure, in a little bit. But here's that replay of the bomb strike on Sea Jotun's Akizuki. Wow.
Now, I'm not sure how they got the Prinz Eugen that low. He might have made a turn in front of Aldari's Baltimore, because the American Piercing would have done very, very mean things to him if he'd made that mistake.
Sure. I was also talking earlier about Shokaku's AP bombers. As possible he might have gone for the Eugen in that situation as well.
possible as well. Looking like Aragorn might bail out of the cap. He is kind of lurking here towards mid.
Well, this is his
As
opportunity.
Indeed, they're pushing Spades' Turpits right up the middle of the map, coming straight up the 6 line.
I think they're expecting the Baltimore and the Mines to go into A, so they're trying to put him in a position to where he can shoot into A.
Very possibly. Momo times a brilliant torpedo strike on the Baltimore. He takes all 3 as Aldari turns into the cap there.
Oh,
well done. That was just brutal.
painful.
Yeah, Momo just timed it perfectly. He just waited for Aldari to line up, and then he start the turn, and he came right on in.
And at that point, there's not much that Aldari could do about it.
No. Now, it does mean that Aldari is flipping the A cap on behalf of Sharpshooters. I don't think they're going to get any resets on him. Spades put some shells out maybe for trying for the reset, but didn't land any.
Yep, they got the cap. There it is.
Yep.
And now they can shoot at the Turpits with relative impunity, because I don't think the Turpits can overmatch Baltimore.
He cannot. He can't overmatch the Mines, who's actually turning to give him a bit of a nice shot right there. Doesn't get much out of the fire he puts down there, though. Oh, once again, the Lex bombs on Baltimore. Yep. Goodness. Yep. Goodness. But this Turpits push, maybe a little ill-advised. He's got Amalfi torpedoes coming down from the north as well. He's going to take one of those.
Oh, he just finished taking some torpedoes from the Shokaku as well.
And here come 2 more.
Right.
Turpit's not known for her anti-aircraft defenses, right? It's just not what the ship does well. She can't really take care of herself in that situation.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this play just gifted the enemy a Turpits. Here you go.
It does feel that way, and it didn't have to. I mean, the SBN did a really good job that aggressive push, picking up A, building a lead. They've traded evenly on ships so far, but it feels like now they're going to give up their battleship and not really get anything in return for it. And there it goes.
Yeah, that's a very important piece to lose, as it looks like another torpedo strike. There it goes, the Baltimore taken out by the Lexington.
Momo just continuing to put on a How to Lexington clinic here today, ladies and gentlemen. Just a privilege to watch.
Absolutely. Victory through air power, right?
Victory? Yeah, indeed. Air superiority, Saf. Air superiority.
Oh, goodness. As we watch that Turpits go down. Go ahead.
The drama at the A cap isn't over. Aragorn's La Tarib has looped all the way around the bottom of the cap, back all the way over to the 2 line, looking like he might try to bust back in from this direction as Momo continues to drop strikes on the Mines in the A cap.
We just watched that rocket strike come in. You know, the additional machine gun prep it's harder to hit destroyers, but I'll tell you, anything that's stationary, pretty easy to hit. Aragorn now turning in because he realized the Maple Chan's Mines has some shots on him over this little bit of the island.
Yeah, continuing to
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What do we call it, Zaf?
That's what I like to call my replays fake cover.
Yeah, the island there low enough that the Mines can get shells over it. 9 minutes gone, still very much anybody's game. Only 20 points separating these 2 teams. SBN's lead nearly evaporated as Sharpshooters has held the A cap long enough. They've whittled it down. We'll have our first lead change in just a moment.
Yep, Le Terrible is still detected, so Maple Chan is looking for another shot.
Oh, here comes Das Viking back with the AP bombs, just trying for the overpins. Aragorn low enough, the overpins might kill him.
Put enough holes through the ship, it'll sink, right?
You're exactly correct. Just like that, there was a hole up forward. As Momo answers with a torpedo strike with the Lex, trying to come in and deal with Maplechan in the A cap.
And he's bringing his Lexington closer as well for his ship's anti-air to support his teammate.
I really like this play, Zath, and I like that Aragorn, not only did he drop fighters for Aragorn, Aragorn's kind of, he's staying in this general vicinity, but yeah, Momo bringing his Lex up. He's going to take some shells. There's an Alabama salvo coming in on him right now.
Uh-oh.
But it doesn't land. A lot of drama in the 8 cap. We haven't really looked at the other flank, Zath. Let's take a peek over here on the 7-8 line, as it looks as if SBN is kind of getting pushed a bit by this Lightning and this Amalfi. They've moved back up into a much more aggressive position than Semper Sushi was way up forward earlier, and now he's pulled back.
Yeah, Small Boat Navy was making a push up there, and then we saw some change of assets around. I think what the key was when the Turpits went down, it allowed sharpshooters to flex their assets back towards the 8 line.
Yeah. When the Turpits went down, they basically called this whole flank off and was like, all right, guys, just hold what you got. We got to win at the 8 cap.
Yep. Look at all those fighter circles south of A.
Yeah, the Great Mariana's Turkey shoot over here at A, ladies and gentlemen. Maple-chan under cover of both his fighter and a Shokaku fighter, as Momo doesn't care, pushing home a bomber strike as a Amalfi shells come in, and he misses the bombs.
Maple-chan.
Yeah, the Amalfi shells still continuing to fall. Another salvo coming in. Can he land any of them? No, he doesn't. They're all astern. Oh,
wow.
Time's getting away, Zath. Time's getting away. Look at the clock. Sharpshooters is now up over 950 points. There's only 30 seconds. Aragorn's making his push. He's got his, look at it, on the free line. On the free line, he's got his speed boost up. Lexington is going for the rocket strike now on Maple-chan. They need this kill to extend the timer to give Aragorn a chance to get into the cap to flip the lead.
Rune of One out east is also under tremendous fire.
They get it. Oh,
two
quick kills. Oh my goodness.
That's huge.
That is huge. 2 quick kills. And just like that, SBN is back in the lead. And they don't even need the 8 cap anymore.
Nope. And now they're fixing to win in 48 seconds.
Oh my goodness. Sath, what a turn of events. Now, I missed that other kill. Who was it again?
That was the Amalfi and the Atago and the Cossack that were all working on the sharpshooters Amalfi that was stuck by way.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, and now we're watching that rocket strike come in from Momo on the mines, taking out Maple-chan. Brilliant CV play.
Such a privilege to watch games like this, Zath.
Absolutely.
These two teams, so good.
I think on the other side, what ultimately killed that Amalfi, he got stuck bow in, he was trying to reverse, and clearly there was some miscommunication with smoke rotation, because the Lightning was in the area. We know the Lightning's got quick reloading smoke. Amalfi's got its own smoke, so there has to have been some sort of miscommunication that allowed the Amalfi to stay spotted long enough for it to be killed. Yeah. Well, SBN's going to take this in straight games. Well done to them. What a well-played series. I mean, you know, sharpshooters, they didn't win a game in the series, but goodness gracious, they were incredibly either one of these games could have gone either way. Oh, absolutely. These games have been a pleasure to watch. Hats off to both teams for entertaining their audience essentially, and making that concerted effort in this tournament.
Now, I will say, you and I talked about the carrier change, right? And we saw sharpshooters. They took a carrier this time. Obviously, they kind of learned their lesson. But they took the Shokaku. Do you feel like the Lex? You know, we talked. Your recommendation was Lex. Do you feel like Lex would have been a better choice given they were up against that Tarib all game?
How many times did we see AP bombers trying to kill that Tarib?
Yeah,
at least twice. At least twice.
Yeah.
If those were HE bombers, could have been very different.
Yep. Indeed. The American HE bombs they're a better utility tool. They impact everybody, right? Every ship you drop those on will feel it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Zath. Let's kick it back to the studio, guys. We'll see you in a few minutes while we go look for a game 3.
Sounds good.